Now, this is a genre where a lot of people scratch their heads as to why some people love this genre. Why do some people genuinely pay to get scared? It boggles their mind, but it doesn't boggle the people who watch horror. Tonight we will discuss in this particular video about why you love horror movies. And before we start, hit the like button, hit the bell notification, or turn the bell notification on if you like this video. Now let's go. Horror has been a mainstay in our entire world for a long period of time. This particular genre is extremely popular. Why is it so? Well, one reason may be seeing terrifying acts releases two forms of emotions in us: the negative emotions, which is fear and anxiety, and the positive emotions, which is excitement and joy. This particular genre helps us stimulate both parts of the emotions at the same time, and it is heightened during the time of or during when it is most frightening. It also releases some adrenaline. When you see these things, it releases some adrenaline, which gives us a sensation of energy. Another reason being that it gives us novel experiences, alternative realities. Now, we always are fascinated by alternative realities. So when we are seeing a horror film, when we are seeing the action happening on screen, like an apocalypse, a zombie apocalypse, some ghost, it transports us. It makes us feel that we are living in an alternative reality. And what would a human being do when they're living in an alternate reality? So it transports us into another world. Therefore, this makes us feel, excited. It makes us feel fascinated, because we all, at the end of the day, like to search for novelty experiences or novel experiences. In an article I read, that research suggests that we must possess a psychological protective frame to be able to derive pleasure from being horrified. There are three different categories for such frames. We need to believe that we are physically safe. Although the evil entity in a movie might be committing terrifying acts in front of our eyes, we can derive pleasure from the horror as long as we believe that the evil entity is physically distant from us and they cannot harm us. The second category of protective frame involves detachment. Whether we can psychologically detach from a horror experience when we see a psychotic murderer chasing down a bloodied victim in a film, we can activate psychological detachment by reminding ourselves that, these guys, they're just actors. The third category of protective frame involves our confidence in controlling and managing the dangers we encounter. If we visit a haunted house, for instance, and a realistic-looking, bloody, thirsty zombie starts chasing us, we can derive pleasure, from the encounter if we feel confident about overcoming the danger. Now, who loves horror more? This as well has been studied. It is stated that men tend to love horror more than women. That being said, in another study, it stated that sometimes men lie just to be tough. Well, in this particular study where I'm deriving my video from, it says that men like a little bit more thrill, and women like it. They don't hate it, but like it when there is a happy ending. Men tend to like it when there is a more thrilling experience involved. Another set of people that like it are people who are supposed to be less empathetic. Now, this particular study again has been sort of stated in another article that I read, but it is not particularly, conclusive. Although I had to put the point there, as both of the studies or both of the articles that I read regarding this topic do have that point, that this may be an issue. People with less of an empathetic nature may enjoy horror movies more. Also, it is derived, or it is stated that it has a geographical issue or a geographical fact that the people who enjoy horror movie more or horror movies more are the individuals that stay in a GDP per capita that is higher. Because the people, or it is theorized that the people with the lower GDP per capita do not have that much of a protective frame. As I stated earlier in the video about protective frame, they don't have that. What are the benefits of seeing horror movies? Well, there are some. One being forming a romantic relationship. When you see a horror movie with a loved one, you share that experience together, you get closer together. Second one being bonding of groups. Similarly, non-romantically, when you catch a film, when you feel the same emotions, you can come closer to each other and talk to each other and bond as friends. And the third one is post-movie or post-horror relaxation. We all been there. We've seen this very horror film, and we either, if you're not in a fan of it, you're relaxed that it's over, and if you're a fan of it, you're thrilled, you feel fear, you feel excitement, and then later you feel a bit relaxed and a little bit wow. So that's also there. These were the reasons and the benefits of why we like horror movies. These are some of the studies that I read online. Personally, I like horror movies. It is an on and off experience. Sometimes I'm a huge fan of horror movies. Sometimes I have had enough and start watching other movies. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to hit like and click the bell notification. Turn on the notifications. And thank you so much for watching this video. And leave a comment down below with your thoughts.